Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB Super Formula Championship on GT Sport. This is round 1, race 3 here now at Fuji, and we are doing the pit stops in this one, so it's going to be a half-an-hour race with pit stops of 22 laps. Let's look through the grid then. So Holmesy Kalian, after winning the last race, is on pole position. He's starting on the super soft tyre. Then we've got Neil second. He's chosen the soft tyre to start on with. Remember, they must use the medium tyres in the race at least once. Rodder's third with 120 kilos of weight on, and with the super soft. And it's Techno with the soft tyre on in fourth. He's carrying 80 kilos, and Keith carrying 40 kilos on the super soft tyre in fifth. Then all the rest of these guys don't have weight, but Gummy Bear is in sixth. Seventh is Seat 1. Jamo is eighth, and then we've got Bidzster in ninth. They're all starting on the medium tyre. And then Will is in 10th on the super soft. Callum 11th on the medium tyre. Then it is Firepower in 12th mediums. Then Thingamajig in 13th on the softs, the super softs, and then it's TY 14th on the mediums and Thundercats on the mediums. So quite a few split strategies in this one. So we'll see what's going to happen. But let's go on with the race then. So who's going to lead into the first corner? Holmesy Kalian at the front with Neil and Rodders, but remember they've all got weight on, and so's Techno and Keith. Lights on the tree. Lights out, we're off. Good start by everyone. Thundercats, a lot of wheel spin at the back. Thingamajig looks slow away as well. As we go down towards the first corner then, we've got Holmesy Kalian just edging ahead. Rodders, Neil and Techno all side by side. Bit of contact in the midfield and a few people get hit wide. Rodders goes wide with Techno and Will's off as well. And Rodders rejoins and Bidzster gets hit. It all gets a bit chaotic. There's Holmesy Kalian's in the lead then from Neil, and there's TY and Will. And then further back we've got Seat 1 Rodders, Bidzster further back as well after a horrible start. Gummy Bear and Keith close together as well. As into the corner we go. We've got Will around the outside of Jamo. Callum trying to go around the outside of Firepower as well. Remember, Callum and Bidzster no weight in this race now, so they can get on with it and see what they can do. As we go into the next few corners then, we've got Holmesy Kalian running wide in the lead. Then we've got Neil Farmack second, and we've got a car off in the background. That's Techno, and he's been reset, I think. Is it Techno? No, it was another car. It was Firepower. He got reset in the mid-pack, so he goes back down to last place. Thingamajig gets up the inside of him. There's Techno. Let's have a look at the rest of the pack. We've got Jamo and everyone really close together here. We've got Will diving up the inside of Gummy Bear, who then he hits him, but then he decides to let him go. But a bit over-ambitious there by Will, as Callum comes up to take advantage of everyone else after a good first lap then. We'll just get some replays of what happened at that first corner. We'll start then from on board with Bidzster. So we're going down to the first corner. Watch Will on the right hand side of the pitch there in the red car. Missed his braking point completely, hits Techno, who then runs into Rodders. Then they go wide. Then as Rodders rejoins, Seat 1 there gets a bit hit, and then everyone else panics with stuff and a few little taps here and there, but luckily everyone survives. Further back, so we're looking at Rodders here. Bidzster's on the outside of him. Then we miss his braking point, bang! We hit Seek off the track, but luckily we wait for him, and Rodders, ever the gentleman, waits for Seek to rejoin. What happened with Firepower back here, so watch it in front. We just brake a bit late, we just tap Will, but then we go wide, and then for some reason the game just decides, nope, you are resetting, and you are going back there. So full marks to the ghosting system on GT Sport, not. And here's another replay on board with Will from the first lap action. So going into the complex section, we all concertina up, we all get through here nice and neatly. Will gets on the power very early, goes up the inside of Jamo and Callum, and then just misses, gets over ambitious, hits Gummy Bear, and then that causes a bit of a chain reaction, but then he does decide to let Gummy Bear go. But good, all points for trying, but a bit over ambitious in some cases. So as we come back from that, then we've got TY in 7th place in the middle of this bunch. We've got Will going up the inside, and then we've got Jamo, who misses his braking point completely and hits a few people, but luckily more damage to himself than everyone else. As we look at Will then in 6th, we've got Bidzster and TY close together. Bidzster gets the line on TY and goes through into 7th place. TY sticking right on his bumper as we've got Gummy Bear with Callum near him, as Callum goes around the outside of Will there. Good move by Callum, and TY's got Bidzster attacking around the outside. Bidzster goes right round the outside of TY here, trying to get round, trying to maintain his position, and he maintains. So good job there by Bidzster. As we look at the leader then, Holmesy Kalian, Neil Farmack and Keith. They're the cars with weight on, remember. Then we've got Gummy Bear and the rest all lighter behind him. trying to close up. Callum looking for a way past Gummy Bear, but no way through yet. A little bit of a tap to make good friends. Will tries to go around the outside of them all. Bidzster's getting involved as well. Oh, brilliant. I think this for a sprint race. Callum's off. Callum's off in the background. Was he hit? Didn't see what happened there properly because of all the chaos, but we'll get a little replay in a minute as Will's off and Gummy Bear's off as well, so there's been more contact there, I think, as everyone else jumbles up on the straight. We've got 3 or 4 wide here. Insane stuff. Bidzster trying to take advantage. Jamo taking advantage of them all as well. Bidzster's in the middle of this pack. Into the corner. This is going to get exciting as we go. Almost 4 wide. Will makes contact. Jamo makes contact with Seek and Bidzster as well. Goes through on them both. So Will's onto the grass. Some more grass cutting there. So insane few corners there. Bidzster gets past Will as well. TY tries to follow him. Callum and Keith further back as well. So that all happened there. So we'll get some replays of the action there. Okay, here's a replay what happened to Callum then. So we're looking on board with Will's car. Let's have a look back at Callum's car. So he gets on the power and then just gets on the power too much and the car goes round. Meanwhile, Bidzster hits Will and then Will hits Keith. So that's what happened there. So it was actually Bidzster who missed his braking point and then hit a few of the others. But we'll get another angle on that just to reconfirm. Okay, here's another look at that then from on board with Seat 1's car. So we're going into the next few corners. See TY defends the inside there. We go to the outside. You'll see here Callum exit stage left. Then watch here, watch Bidzster into the braking zone, just makes a mistake, hits Will into Keith, and then Keith unfortunately couldn't help it in Gummy Bear, but then we all resume as we were. As we come back from that then, Jamo still under pressure from Seat 1 there in 4th place, Bidzster behind him. Neil's took the lead from Homesick, so Homesick the 200 kilos really hurting him now. And remember he's on the super soft tyre as well. Gummy Bear on the mediums in 3rd. Jamo 4th medium tyre. Seek 5th medium tyre. 6th is Bidzster medium tyre as well. Then we've got super softs on Will's car, but he's got a little bit of a penalty there as well as Jamo makes a mistake. Jamo makes a mistake and goes wide. Seek goes up the inside, so does Will, trying to take advantage as well. But and Seek 1 gets on the power and drifts the car out. TY goes up the inside of Will, or tries to. Jamo defending as well. Oh, it's all happening here. Fantastic racing here. TY gets bogged down out the corner and loses a bit of speed. Callum's on the overtake. You see the little red light flashing there. He was on the overtake as we look to the Will and Bidzster battle there. As we look at the front, Homesick and Neil. Then we've got all this happening for 3rd position. Will, Jamo, Bidzster. Jamo's on the inside of Will. Misses his braking point. Bidzster says, "Thank you very much, boys. Take the advantage." Straight to the inside. Jamo goes off the track and goes back a few positions there. So not good for Jamo there. As Will behind Callum. TY takes a little bit of a shortcut there. Keeps up with these boys as well. He's on the outside of Seat 1 here. So Keith on the outside of Seat 1 trying to get the inside for the next corner, which he does. Up the inside, but Seat 1 carries the speed around the outside and says, "No you don't, sunshine, not yet." As further back we've got Jamo, who's rejoined where Thingamajig and Rodders are, and then we've got Firepower in 12th, Thundercats in 13th, Gummy Bear's gone all the way back to 14th place, so Gummy Bear has gone all the way back there. But Neil Farmack leads the way from Homesick Alien, and Bidzster is right up on the back of Homesick Alien now. So Bidzster and Callum are free, and they've been released, and Bidzster's got a 9/10 penalty, so he must have gone wide somewhere, but I'm sure that'll wear off. Callum there in 3rd place, trying to follow Bidzster through. Bidzster's already attacking for the lead now. This is the difference between no weight and running weight. And Bidzster just powers straight through past Neil Farmack on the acceleration. Uses the boost as well, a bit of the overtake just to get up to speed, just to stop the counter-attack. Callum's going to try and follow him through here. Callum will go to the inside of Neil here, try and get him on the inside into the corner. Will's diving up the inside of Homesick Alien as well. But luckily just about stops the car. TY tries to get close behind his teammate and not letting him through. Bidzster's in the lead then from Neil Farmack. Bidzster takes the lead from Neil Farmack and now he's in the lead, and Callum's got to try and go with him here, or he's going to lose contact with Bidzster here. Trying to get past Neil Farmack, looking to the outside. Neil fends him off. Will and Homesick side by side. Will on the outside, Homesick on the inside. Power out the corner, whoever's got the most draft and the grunt. Team on the outside of his teammate here, trying to get through. Will sees his teammate, lets him go, but almost outbreaks himself there and hits his teammate. Seat 1 trying to take advantage at the inside as well, as Homesick and Callum and Neil get switch positions. So Callum's got ahead of Neil, and TY up the inside of Neil and Homesick at the same time. Contact's made. Neil goes off the track. TY's waiting for Neil to rejoin wherever he is. So there he is, there's TY, and then Neil's just behind him. So obviously Neil wanting to just signify to TY, just get on with it, it's fine. So his Jamo goes to his teammate. So let's see, is TY going to pit here? Yes, TY's had enough of these medium tyres. So this could be a radical strategy here for TY. Change onto the other set of tyres and try and make him last the race. So TY into the pits then. Bidzster in the lead of the race then. It is Bidzster in the lead from Callum. Will in third place with Home Cicalian going backwards fast with that weight on. So that weight penalty really not helping him here. Seat one's in fifth. Keith's behind him, so they've hardly got weight on. So Keith's got 40 kilos on. But 40 kilos will not affect you too much as we go through the few corners here. Around 160R into the left. Keith will close up because he can make a bit of contact. Jamo closing up to the back of these boys as well. With a 1 second penalty added on to his time at the minute, but Seek pulls out to overtake Homesick. Gets him up the inside. Brave move into this corner. Homesick's going to try and hold on around the outside, but goes onto the grass. Jamo try and take advantage of this now on the inside, but can't quite get it done. So Homesick goes back down to fifth. Seat one goes up to fourth. Jamo still with that 2/10 penalty. Remember, we've got different strategies here with people on different tyres. So remember, Bidzster's in the lead, but he's on the medium tyre, so that tyre should be able to last quite a while, and then he'll be able to pit later on in the race. Same with Callum. But Bidzster's not used much of his overtake yet. Will's on the super soft tyre, so he's got some good pace at the moment, but those tyres will fade after about another few laps, I would imagine. Seat one in fourth. Then we've got Jamo, Homesick and Keith drafting each other. Keith on the super soft tyres, and the tyres are in much better nick than Homesick Aliens are. Homesick Alien really scrubbing his tyres here. So compared to everyone else around him, I mean, even with the weight added on, that's a lot of tyre wear compared to the people around him. So he might want to review his driving style, because he is killing those tyres. But so far so good as Neil Farmack tries to stage a bit of a comeback then on the soft tyre up the inside of Thingamajig, and then hits Alien out of his way, but then luckily waits for Alien to rejoin, and then Rodders takes advantage there as well. So Neil just been a bit too opportunistic there as Thingamajig says, right, I'll pass you off the track if I can't pass you on it, and goes straight through past Rodders. But I think that was more of a mistake than misjudgment as we go up to the last complex then. Seat one in fourth. Jamo fifth, Keith sixth. Remember, Jamo's still on the medium tyres, so Jamo's still got a bit to go in this race, so Seek. Some tyres could make the difference here as we look at Rodders and Thingamajig. Thingamajig up the inside of Rodders into the last corner. Rodders going to try and go around the outside and keep the power on. Oh, I've never seen that done before. Gets him done on traction out the corner and goes straight through, and he's on the overtake. Remember, Rodders, you've got to make that overtake last the race. So as Thingamajig goes into the pits then, Thingamajig saying, right, I've had enough. Pit stop time for me. Let's get out of this traffic, let's get some fresh rubber on. So he's going from the super soft tyres to the medium tyre, I would imagine. There's firepower then up the inside of Neil Farmack. And a little look, but can't quite make it go through. But remember, firepower is on the medium tyre and Neil's on the soft, so different tyre wear rates at this point, but firepower will try and stick with him. Seat one then tries to keep up with Keith. Keith's into fifth place now. So Seat one on the mediums, Keith's on the super softs though, so they will start to fade in the next sort of 2 or 3 laps, I would imagine. So Seat one might be able to make a comeback at that point in the race. TY at the pits then on the soft tyre. So TY's actually gone onto the soft tyre. So he's not gone for the super soft, but as long as he's used the mediums once, he's alright. Go into the next few corners. So TY started on the medium tyre and he's gone to the soft tyre, so hopefully that tyre will last the race. He goes right around the outside of Firepower, and that's the fresh rubber compared to old rubber and Bravery. So TY right around the outside of Neil Farmack as well, and he's going to try and go around Homesick Alien. What a few corners from TY here, absolutely demonstrating the ability of having new tyres. 1:17.7 best lap so far for TY, and 17.8 as well that time round. So TY really making the use of these fresh tyres down the straight there. He's going to be catching up to these front guys in no time. Meanwhile, Bidzster then in the lead of the race on 18.9's running a bit wide there. 18.5 for Callum, so Callum's got a bit more pace on the medium tyres at this time, and he's obviously saved the tyre wear a bit more as well. So Callum pulling out all the stops here. Bidzster fastest second sector of the race though, so he's still pushing. And and Callum trying to stay with him. Will's in the 120s now on the super soft, so I think they're way past their best now, so I would probably expect Will to pit within the next 2 or 3 laps. Jamo's on the medium tyre, so he'll go a bit further into this race. He's on the 19.7s. We've got seat 1 on the mediums in the 20s roughly. Keith in the 20s as well, but he's on the super soft tyre, so again another handful of laps and he'll be pitting for a new set of tyres. As Rodders then in 8th position gets passed by TY, so TY up to 7th now, fresh rubber, pushing hard, 17s for TY compared to the leaders on the 18s, so this could be the deciding factor for TY. It could help him as Bidzster goes wide at turn 1. Callum gets it turned in nice, so Bidzster not enjoying these medium tyres by the looks of it. A bit more trouble with him than the other people around him, so Callum closes up a little bit. As Will goes down here as well, there's Will in the Marlboro car, and his teammate on the move. Jamo in 4th, some of the 2/10 penalties in the 19s. Seat 1 on the medium tyres, personal best of the race for him, a 19.8 in the last time round. Let's have a look at the battles back here then. We've got Firepower in 9th, and we've got Holmesy Kellyan on a dead set of super soft tyres. If I were him, I'd be pitting for some fresh rubber at this rate, because even with the weight on, that is still a lot of tyre wear compared to everyone else around him. So look at Holmesy Kellyan and then compare him to Keith, who's on the same tyres with 40 kilos on. That is a big difference with the tyre wear. I don't think that's just tyre wear for Holmesy Kellyan, I think that's driving style as well, but still abusing those tyres. Coming back, just into the corner there. Go to the battle at the front, and Bidzster and Callum then battling out for position here. Bidzster goes wide, Callum goes through, so Bidzster's not enjoying these tyres at all. We're halfway into this race now, but Bidzster not enjoying the grip from these tyres, and Callum goes straight through, so Bidzster struggling on the tyres, but we all know Bidzster when he's behind someone, he's really quick when he's following someone, just following their lines, and he can attack really well, so Bidzster will hopefully try, and he is, he's going to try and attack and steer with Callum all he can, but obviously we can see this data. Remember, the drivers can't see each other's data when they're driving, but we can see that Callum's got 3/4 of his boost left, and Bidzster's got a lot of almost all of his. But then the tyres, Callum, if you look at the graphic as I change it in a minute, look at Callum's front tyres, then keep looking at that graphic a minute as we go down, there's Bidzster's, so he's just lost a bit of tyre wear there compared to Callum as they lap Thundercats, who's at the back of the field. Just trying to get out the way, just trying to survive things as Techno unfortunately has disconnected from this race, so Techno unfortunately has disconnected. But hopefully he'll be able to bounce back for the next time as we look at Callum then. Defending from Bidzster, but Bidzster finds a way through on the inside. Dummies to the right, into the braking zone. Side by side on the brakes, Bidzster's going to do him here, and he does on the inside, gets him back. One thing with Bidzster, he doesn't give up. Classic Bidzster and Callum battle this, absolutely classic. As we go through the right-hander through the left-hander into the right-hander. Keith's in the pits in the midfield, so Keith is choosing the time to pit. Rodders follows him in. So these two on the super soft tyre, they're going on to their medium tyres now. So the super soft definitely good for a sprint race distance, but obviously after a bit more than that, because we're into the second half of the race now, it'll get a bit harder for tyres. So Bidzster then still ahead of Callum for now, but Callum harassing the back of that Williams Nakajima Honda versus Williams Honda. Bidzster defending well as always. Bidzster usually one of the hardest attackers and one of the hardest defenders in LPB racing, but Callum is one of the best all-rounders we've got. If you want a person that's got brilliant pace all round in any form of car that he drives, that's Callum. As he goes out onto the straights, Callum is our fastest person in this group on GT Sport. And Bidzster trying to stay with him and battle him all the way. Callum probably the best on outright pace, and Bidzster probably the best in the battle situation as we go into the first corner. Bidzster goes to the outside, tries to carry speed on the outside, can't quite do it. Callum gets a twitch on the power, and that might not help him. Bidzster's going to try and go up the inside here while Jamo's in the pits on the left hand side graphic. So Jamo decides now is the time to pit as Callum keeps ahead of Bidzster into the 160R. Will's still in third position, he's not pitted yet on the soft tyre. Seat 1 on the medium tyres. Is getting passed by TY on the softs. So TY on the softs, 17-2 last time round for TY. Hammering it round. Jamo's just out the pits on the super soft now. Just goes over the white line a bit, but well, you know, that's fair enough. A little bit. As Firepower's in from the medium tyres, and he's going to put the super softs on, so a bit more pace for him hopefully. Rodders is there. Let's see where they come out the pits. So Keith comes round on the medium tyres as well. He's pitted as well. Thingamajig on the mediums now. So looking at the leaders, then let's have a look where people come out the pits. Let's have a look, because we've got Rodders and Firepower. They've come out together. So we've got Firepower on the super softs now and Rodders on the mediums. So that puts it in the favour of Firepower for the second half of this race. As Gummy Bear back in 11th with Homesick. So Homesick really struggling with that weight on. He's gone onto the medium tyres now. He's finally got rid of that awful set of super softs. And we'll see what he can do with this. But with the weight, I don't imagine much. As Callum and Bidzster then on the end of the straight, Bidzster pulls out, dives out last minute into the inside. Classic Bidzster overtake. Pulls out the last minute, goes onto the inside. Surprise, surprise, and through he goes. Meanwhile, we've got Seat 1 up to 3rd place and TY up to 4th. Might even be 3rd at this rate because Will's in the pits from 3rd place. TY up the inside of Seat 1 into turn 1. Similar move to what Bidzster did. Classic TY, and straight through into 3rd position now. With the gap to the leaders, there they are. They're just coming out of down towards Dunlop, and TY's just coming through 160R. So this could actually be quite close between the three. It could even be a three-way battle after the pit stops. We don't know. We'll see. Depends on how fast the pit stops are. But Bidzster with a 1 second penalty there just for running wide, so losing time. So it doesn't make sense to me that, but never mind. Bidzster's tyres a bit more finished than Callum is, so he's just losing time trying to defend here. Obviously they'll be aware of TY, but they'll not know how close he actually is because they'll not be able to tell which marker he is. But see what's going to happen this time with regards to pit stops. Bidzster and Callum. Bidzster's going in then. Looks like Callum's following him in, is he? No. Callum gets a bit of a draft, so Bidzster's into the pits then. This is the crucial point of the race. Callum will put his foot down here and try and build up all the gap he can to get out ahead of him. So Bidzster in the pits. TY's coming down the start-finish straight. But remember, it does jump you out the pit lane in this one, so this could be a close exit. TY and Thundercats down the straight side by side. TY obviously on the correct lead lap. Bidzster gets his tyre changed on. He's coming out the pits now. There's TY. Who's going to get out ahead? It's going to be TY. Just gets ahead of Bidzster, but TY's got a worn set of soft tyres. Bidzster's on a fresh set of the supers, and he's only got about 7 laps to do on them. So it's going to be, he's going to be pushing hard now on this outlap to try and get up to Callum. But Callum again, he's using some of his overtake on this in-lap. He's pushing as hard as he can there. He's on the overtake, pushing as hard as he knows how. Callum, the man with the pace, the super qualifier, going for a qualifying lap here to try and get a good gap. TY in second with Bidzster right behind him then. Bidzster doesn't want to waste any time behind TY if he can avoid it. But both right up each other's gearboxes. Seat 1's in 4th and then Thundercats. Meanwhile back here we've got Rodders, Firepower and Gummy Bear having a nice little battle here. Rodders on the medium tyre, battling Firepower on the super soft. So super softs for Firepower. And that's how that battle remains the same then as Callum's in. Callum's in. TY and Bidzster on the straight. Bidzster's got some, there he is using his battery now, trying to get a draft off TY. Let's have a look. So he gets out of the draft of TY, tries to go through. TY tucks in behind Bidzster. Bidzster not wanting to lose any time. Callum's out the pits. Here we go. This is going to be close. Where's Callum? There he is. As Bidzster comes through, Callum's on the inside for the first corner. Callum gets out ahead. Bidzster's trying to keep around the outside of him. No, you don't, Sunshine. Using the overtake, Bidzster. Using the overtake, and he's going to try and get ahead. Side by side into the left-hander. Bidzster takes the lead from Callum. But Callum has got a couple of laps left pressure on his tyres, but Bidzster takes the position. Callum second, TY right in third. That'll have surprised them both. But TY with the one set of softs. Let's see if he can keep with the pack. He should be able to. As Bidzster's now, Callum's on the overtake now. Not happy about Bidzster being in front of him, but Bidzster's got a lot more boost left. He's been conservative with that boost. As we go into the next few corners, Callum looks on the inside. Bidzster gives him space, and Callum goes straight through. A little bit of contact, can't be avoided. Bidzster goes back on the inside, into the next corner, takes the run. Don't run too wide, Bidzster. It's going to be close, this. Callum then, right behind him. Bidzster defends the inside again. TY going super wide in the background to try and get a cutback for a good line. TY's got loads of boost left as well. Callum gets hung out to dry. TY tries to make it 3 wide behind Bidzster. Callum using the overtake to fight back. 3 for the lead here at Fuji. Lap 17 out of 22. Callum goes to the middle. Bidzster to the inside. TY to the outside. 3 wide. Turn 1. Bidzster inside line on the curb. Callum trying to follow him through. Gets on the power early. TY tries to go around the outside of Callum and makes it succeed. What a race this is. This is entertainment. This is LPB racing, and this is what we do best. Bidzster versus TY versus Callum. The 3 top drivers in LPB racing going at it like it's a fight for a burger. Really going for it as Bidzster's in with a 1-second penalty just from running a bit wide there, I think, but gets away with it as Bidzster then goes down towards the Dunlop corner. Fresh tyres for Bidzster. TY on a 1 set of softs, but he's not letting that get to him. He's going to keep with these boys if he can. Callum then in 3rd. TY looking for a wider line, trying to go for a cutback. Bidzster defends. Callum right behind him. Bidzster again, maybe is he going to defend this time? Yeah, he defends a little bit, but not too much because you don't want to compromise his run. God, TY on those worn tyres gets the power down, almost loses the back end, and Callum will get alongside here, but TY's in the draft. Just going to have a quick look back at some of these other battles that are happening on track. We've got Thingamajig in 7th, Will's back down in 6th place, not enjoying those medium tyres. We've got Gummy Bear in 8th. Keith in 9th, Firepower in 10th, Rodders 11th, Homesick in 12th with the weight on, and Neil in 13th with the weight on as well. Still struggling with pace because of the weight in the cars, but the battle for the lead still remains the same. Bidzster from TY from Callum, but you've got to think Callum's TY going to be able to hold Callum back forward with that worn rubber, and he's gone wide again there, TY, so TY goes wide there. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a little penalty, but he doesn't actually, so he must have backed out of it. Bidzster then on those fresh set of super softs. Remember, he's got all that boost remaining. So's TY. Callum right behind TY as well. Down to the Dunlop corner. Into the corner we go. TY closes right up to the back of Bidzster there. So TY pushing hard. Bidzster made a little mistake into the corner. Bidzster with TY right behind. Defends from TY, but remember, he's got the fresh enough rubber to do that. Gets on the power. Gets ahead. Doesn't bother defending into the last corner. TY has a little look. Bidzster gives him a bit of space just in case he does have a dive. But TY again, really struggling for traction now with those dead tight rear tyres and front tyres, but mainly rear tyres that are dying on that car. But he goes back down to 3rd. Callum then in the draft. Bidzster pulls out to defend. No, you will not. You're going the long way around if you're passing me, sonny boy. Into the inside. Goes Bidzster, round the outside goes Callum. He's going to try and go right round the outside of him. This will be a brave move and one for the books, but Callum tries to go around the outside of him. He's not on the boost. Is Bidzster on the boost though? I think he was a little bit there, and it just helps him maintain the place. But Bidzster under severe pressure here from Callum, really trying to put the pressure on. Every win counts. Classic 3-way battle this. As we look back at seat 1, he's there. We've got Jammo in 4th, seat 1 5th, Will in 6th, Gummy Bear in 7th with a bit of a penalty to carry. Thingamajig 8th, Keith 9th, a bit more spread out between everyone else. Firepower 10th, Rodders 11th, Homesick and Neil still having a nice battle with all the weight on, but again, that weight's really killed them into this one. And then Thundercats there in the background. Find it. Yeah, Thundercats in 14th, but Bidzster is still ahead of these lot, but gets a good run onto the straight, so does Callum. Callum not using any of the boost this time, going to rely on good old-fashioned draft. Pulls out before Bidzster can even bother to defend. TY closing up in the draft as well. Callum alongside him. TY looks like he might want to make it 3 here. He's going for the inside. TY looks to the inside. Breaks late, but ducks out of it. Callum's on the inside of Bidzster now. Gets the move done. Good move there by Callum. Callum takes the lead. He's on the boost as well. He's using a bit. In fact, no, it's just gone red because he's got low boost now. He's got less than a quarter of his boost, so his light goes red. Bidzster gets a switch back into the corner and gives him room on the outside. Callum on the inside. TY's rubbing his hands together thinking, take each other off, that'll be like Christmas. Callum sticks right around the outside of Bidzster. Have that, sunshine. Side by side for half a lap of Fuji, and it is over with Callum in the lead. Bidzster not giving up there, looking to the inside, just trying to put the pressure on over the curb. Bidzster pulls out to the inside into the complex. Up the inside, a little bit of a nudge because of the off camber, but gets away with it. Callum resumes the position. Callum defends the inside. Bidzster going for the cutback again, trying to get a good run. Does get a good run. You've got to watch out for TY. Don't leave the door open too much. Switch back onto the straight. Bidzster looking for the run out. TY slides again with no traction on that car. But he's got a full tanker overtake with only going to be 2 laps left when they cross the line this time. And now they've got traffic. Neil and Homesick, they are about to lap those guys with the maximum weight on. Now this is going to be interesting. Can they get through the traffic okay here? Onto the brakes. Callum is the first one to get to the traffic. Don't know if they even realise that the leader's behind him. Neil moves very nicely out the way there. Lets the battle resume, and hopefully Alien will do the same thing here. Alien just about does the same thing, but then goes off the track and then lets them go through. So very, very gentleman driving there from both of them. TY lost out a little bit there because he didn't know what Alien were doing, but still TY is done very well with the strategy to come back to where he is, but the tyres are just finished now, whereas Bidzster and Callum's tyres are still in their prime, and Bidzster's going for it here using all the overtake he's got left. Fastest second sector of the race. Into the last complex then for the penultimate lap of this race. Callum's still ahead. I know we've been focusing on this battle a lot, guys, but this is the main battle on track at the moment. Into the last corner. Callum gets a good run onto the straight, slides the car out onto the curb. Now that will not help the run. And Bidzster's on his overtake now. He's got all that overtake to use. Bidzster pulls right up behind Callum with the overtake, and he's going to go straight through, and he does. 1:17.1, fastest lap of the race for Bidzster. Onto the brakes, into the first corner for the last time. Bidzster using all the curb on the inside to defend as much as he can. Callum right behind him. TY waiting in the wings for a mistake now. I don't think he's going to be able to close up to attack, but we'll see if Bidzster and Callum hold each other up. But Bidzster not hanging about now. Fresh tyres, all that overtake to use. Why not? Callum tries to close up. TY tries to close up to Callum again for a few last corner, a few attempts. TY's not used any of his boost in these races either, so TY needs to find out where his boost button is and use it. Because if he used it, he might be able to get a few more positions or a bit more time back. But Bidzster on the overtake, and Callum on his as well, trying to use whatever's left of his overtake. Into the last couple of corners, second to last corner. Don't throw it away now, Bidzster, and now Callum might have a look at the inside here. TY's off on the grass, he's lost traction. Bidzster runs a bit wide, but then gets on the power onto the overtake. Callum's got a draft and overtake. This is going to be a close finish here. We're side by side coming towards the line. There's the checkered flag, and it's going to be just Bidzster on the line by a nose cone. What a finish. A few thousandths of a second between them two there, but Bidzster takes the win from Callum. TY a well-deserved third after adapting his strategy halfway early on in the race. Good job by him. Jamo's going to finish in 4th. We've got Homesick coming across the line 13th, so everyone up to 13th got lapped. Seat 1 is going to be in 5th position, so good job for Seat 1 there. So Seat 1 there in 5th position, well done to him. Then we've got Will in 6th there, but let's just see who this other car is, who's ahead of the other pack. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Thundercats. He's been lapped, so he's going to be 14th. Neil and Homesick Alien have finished as well, 13th and 14th, 12th and 13th respectively. And then we've got, here we are, we've got Will coming up to the line for a well-deserved 6th place, not bad. So he'll be the first car that doesn't run weight in the next race. In the next one, so Gummy Bear in 7th, Thingamajig in 8th, Firepower is going to come across the line in 9th position, Keith in 10th, and Rodders is going to round off the 11th. So we'll just get those results and the points confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that race then. So Bidzster wins the race by 36 thousandths of a second. Very close race there. And it's Callum in 2nd, TY in 3rd, Jamo finishes in 4th, Seek 5th, then it's Will in 6th place, 7th for Gummy Bear as we just go over the page, then it is Thingamajig in 8th, then Firepower in 9th, Keith finishes in 10th, Rodders 11th, Neil Farmack a lap down in 12th, then it's Homesick again a lap down in 13th, Thundercats a lap down in 14th, and Techno disconnects from the race unfortunately. And Bidzster with the fastest lap of 1:17.1. And now we move on to the overall point standings after this one. So it's Bidzster in the lead on 45 points, Callum right behind him on 42, then it is Jamo on 36, Homesick Alien on 34, and Seat 1 33, and then we've got Neil Farmack and TY both on 30 points, Rodders 28, Keith and Gumby 23, and Wilmore on 23 as well, and then we've got Techno and Firepower on 16, Thingamajig on 13, Thundercats on 3. And then we've got the team points after this one, so that is Nakajima Racing Honda with Banks and Tempo on 7.5, and then it is Williams in second on 68, and then it is Toyota 66, the Sonico Toyota on 66, then it is Marlboro Honda 53, VRC Honda 47, Skidmark Honda 32, Jet Honda on 28, and Mugen Honda on 26. So as we come back from that then, there is your winner in the Rothmans 94 Senna liveried Super Formula car. Bidzster wins that race. Well done to Bidzster. And we will see you guys next time out at Tokyo South Inner Loop for what's going to be another dramatic few races. So see you then, guys. Take care.